Ron's politics or what Ron represented sort of as a paradigm, some people with poor reading comprehension were like, oh, he's a shotgun guy. Like finally, so they mistook Ron for sort of things they wanted to represent in themselves.
Yeah.
And usually it was something old-fashioned or right-wing-ish, like misogynistic or violent or anything like that. I've even had people argue with me online where they'll say something about, like they'll say, Ron definitely would have voted for this jerk. For example, anybody that went from the world of business to the world of politics, Ron would think was a fool. Because Ron's like, what are you doing? You were a capitalist.
Right.
And now,
Nick Offerman, who played Ron Swanson in Parks and Rec, wanted to dispel if his character would be, it seems, MAGA. The answer is no. For Nick Offerman,
we can only hope Trump puts as much love into America's birthday as he would for Jeffrey Epstein's. I abhor the message, but I do appreciate a handwritten card. Any asshole can go to Hallmark, but calligraphy shows you care.
he despises one Donald John Trump.
The Treasury announced a $1 gold coin featuring President Trump's portrait is being minted and released as part of the U.S.'s 250th anniversary. Secretary of the Treasury Scott Bessent claims the Trump coin celebrates the strength of American values. Federal law prohibits living people from being on currency, but Trump officials are justifying this under a law issuing collectible coins for the America 250 celebration. Earlier this month, officials announced Trump's signature will appear on a new $100 bill above Bessent's.
How long until we see your signature next to President Trump's face on a $250 bill?
Well, again, as Treasury Secretary, I have two mandates for U.S. currency. At present, no living person can be on U.S. currency, and the currency must say, "In God we trust." So right now, there is proposed legislation in front of the House, in front of the Senate, to change the first requirement so that a living person, Donald J. Trump, could be on a $250 bill.
Do you think politically it's a good idea to put his face on a $250 bill when people are struggling to afford gas and groceries?
I don't really understand this Washington Post article that who hears from the Post? Yep. Terribly written, terribly edited.
Remember this, because Offerman does.
Wow. A coin with Donald Trump's face. Finally, a way to lose the respect of a gumball machine. I'm not sure about that coin, but I'm really not sure about that pose. He looks like he's trying to pinch one out at a standing toilet.
Oh, and when this went down? Offerman called out Trump for his new strategy as it pertains to national parks. The budget is being cut by $267 million, but the plan is to increase admission in order to bring in $90 million to the Department of Interior's budget. It makes no sense. He'd quip, "Let me get this straight, Mr. President. You cut $267 million to get back $90 million. Now, I'm no mathematician, but I believe that's called essing the bed. But then again, I didn't go to Wharton Business College." Shots fired. Offerman saw through this all the way back in 2016. "I definitely have a pretty simple take on politics that involves common decency," he told Esquire. "It's usually easy for me to vote because one party usually offends me by being indecent," understatement, "and that usually has to do with taking away the rights of some group. That's where my gut begins with politics. It has to do with simple matters and neighborliness." He continues, "There's a candidate, Donald Trump, that's only, in my way of thinking, held such an unsavory job as casino owner. Not only that, but a failed casino, a spectacularly failed one. On one hand, I understand the dissatisfaction that has led to his selection. But on the other hand, I have to say, if you're going to make a statement with your dissatisfaction, you really should have found a better representative of your desires. It's crazy reading some of these quotes from 10 years ago. 10 years ago. It's a mixture of, no one's taking this guy seriously. And it's another mixture of, we're going to have the first female president. And it's another mixture of, you can't take anything this guy says seriously. He's just doing it to promote himself. And there were very few who called this. I remember seeing, as a matter of fact, Cenk did, in all fairness. And then I remember seeing Michael Shannon call it as well. I also, upon reflection, saw people wearing Make America Great Again hats like it was a joke. Like they were just laughing. And now look at where we are. I mean, our food is getting recalled. Almost every food. I saw there were popsicles being recalled for metal. Or for glass. I'm sorry. Metal, glass, it's all, it's in everything. Blueberries being recalled. Granola. Like, I can't believe there's like 30 plus foods being recalled. And to that I say, I'm going to call myself out here, all right? Over the years, there have been times where Republicans and Democrats have been in alignment and agreement, predominantly with Israel and predominantly with corporate interests. That is an issue. That is a problem. My politics, like the late Michael Brooks, were rooted in anti-racism, human rights, etc. We used to be able to say that on some, not all issues, but some, both parties are the same. Donald Trump has shown you that that is not true. And in all objectivity, I am left as hell. I've voted them in every election, and I've wanted more out of them. I've wanted a lot more. And I've also acknowledged that I'm a harm reduction voter. But when I look back at these comments from Nick Offerman, it makes me sad because in 2016, times were so different. And there were two, in my view, humongous elections that took place in my lifetime. That was Bush utilizing the Kavanaugh clerkship and others in Florida to basically get away with handing him the election over Al Gore. Al Gore was progressive enough on the climate that we would be in a better place. And it was the Trump win over Hillary. And it just makes me emotional to think about what could have been, and also how what it comes down to always is working class unity. Every step of the way, it comes down to working class unity. On the flip side, I think I'm going to do a piece on what characters in cinema and TV shows would be MAGA, and maybe who you think would be MAGA and wouldn't. If you have any suggestions, comment down below. Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/tytsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.